the State Farm Soccer Complex in Bernalillo, New Mexico. This is the Far West Regionals, Region 4 of the USYS National Championship Series. Hello again, everybody. I'm Greg, GK Porter for LangeventProductions.com. Two teams get ready to square off in the girls under 16 category. Kauai SC Express and the Colorado Rush Nike. Let's get the lineups for both clubs. For Colorado Rush Nike, it'll be the keeper, Hannah Clark. At forward, it'll be Brianna Campos. At forward, it'll be Danielle Tovel. At midfield, Helena Meyer. At defender, Antonio Lan, number 7. Helena Meyer's number 6. And Tovel's number 4. At defender, number 8, Courtney Cami. Number 10 at midfield is Jessica Clanton. Number 11 at forward will be Lindsay Horan. Number 12 at outside mid will be Mary Schwabach, that is. Number 14 at midfield is Madison Keeble. Number 15 at midfield is Sydney Widener. Number 16 at defender is Heather Ward. Number 18 at midfield is Anissa Suarez. At midfield, number 22 is Phoenix Sanchez. And number 23 at defender is Shelby Bowden. And that's your lineup for the Colorado Rush Nike. For the Kauai SC Express, at keeper will be Kelly Kuikahi. At defender will be Takara Kunioka. And she's number 1. At number 5, at forward is going to be Tiana Fujimoto. And number 6 at center mid is Jessica Long. Number 7 at midfield is Lauren Uihara. At number 8 is Kiana Tita Kawiwi. Number 9 at midfield is Michaela Suha. Number 97 at midfield is Tiara Kamiya. Number 11 at midfield is Carrie Ann Nada. Number 13 at midfield is Corey Kumiyama. Number 18 at defender is Kirsten Wong. Number 22 at sweeper is Kayla Akau. Number 23 at midfield is Twyla Hamasaki. Number 25 at defender is Kirsten Fujinaga. 26 is Kelly. I already mentioned her. And number 14 is Jessica Johnson. Number 27 is Alyssa Nagai. Number 29 is Amanda McCaskill. And number 49 is Michaela Anu Gillis. Actually, she's 33 today. The head coach is Eric Tamashiro, and the manager is Rod Fujimoto. We are underway. So shift colors here in this match. And it's going to be a throw-in out on the near side. It goes out of play. And now back in play with the Colorado Rush Nike trying to head toward that attacking third, but they're offsides. And so it'll be a free kick for Kauai. Kauai SC Express. The Express now with a free kick out of their defensive third. 0-0, just the starting of the match. From Bernalillo, New Mexico, north of Albuquerque. Play 40-minute halves. And there you see the keeper, Hannah Clark, with it. Clark gonna drive it with her right foot. Strikes it up into the center circle now. And that ball comes over to Schwabach. Schwabach going to go out to the wide now. As Colorado Rush Nike heading toward that attacking third, dispossessed there in the central. And now Kauai, the Express, trying to regain possession on the near side, but that ball is knocked out of play. You see Twyla Hamasaki throwing it in. Twyla getting it in to her teammate Fujimoto. Fujimoto want to try to go out wide, looking for a teammate to run onto it there, and she's got a good run and just missed an opportunity in a 6-yard box. and nearly was able to get that one on a tap right into the goal, but did not work out that time. Hannah Clark with a goal kick. So a good bit of offensive attack there. The first real quality chance of either team here in the first few minutes. Kaoi. And now it's Kelly Kui Kai, the keeper, driving that ball upfield. Keeble looking for a teammate on the near side, the right side of the offense. Ball goes out of play. Throw in. Hamasaki trying to get it to somebody. There's a touch there by Komiyama. And now it's dispossessed and sent into the 18-yard box, but an offsides call. A little bit ambitious, and they have been here in the early moments of this match. Here in the Far West Regionals, Region 4, up here in Bernalillo, New Mexico this year. As the Far West Regionals, Region 4, they are played in different states in different years, and next year they'll be in Boise, Idaho. Last year they were in California, Lancaster. Now that ball down to Central, headed toward the 18-yard box, but nobody able to run onto it as it had too much pace for Fujimoto that time. And that dark blue and the blue shorts. More like a navy blue as far as the jerseys are concerned. And now have a player down there for Kaoi. And it looks like it's Anu Gillis. And she's going to stay in the match. And it's going to take it right there is Antonio Land. Antonia Land and Colorado Rush Nike trying to pursue it there was Campos. She didn't get to it. And now in the Central, Fujimoto pushing it out wide. And a service in the box. That a save. Beautiful save by Hannah Clark. As a nice pass from Fujimoto out to Hamasaki. And Hamasaki right there in that 6-yard box and trying to get somebody to redirect it in the back of the net before Clark could get to it. But Clark, very strong off her line, making a nice save. That last sequence. In their own defensive third now, there's a touch by Horan. And now pushing it back to Heather Ward. Ward up to midfield, off the header. Kaoi trying to chase it down, but getting to it first there is Antonia Land. Land over to Keeble, and Keeble pushing it up forward, getting it up to Horan. Horan's pass from Campos back to Horan, and now they try to get a subsequent pass in the 18-yard box, could not. Helena Meyer is chasing it down. Still on a soccer ball. Good passing by Colorado Rush Nike. They're still on a soccer ball now, and here's a run by Clanton and a shot at a save by Kui Kahi. Kelly making a nice save. Pushing it up forward, looking for Tiana Fujimoto. Fujimoto has it. Fujimoto, a very strong player up forward for Kaoi Express. Trying to get it that time was Amanda McCaskill. She didn't get to it. And a handball, but not called by the center ref. Nearly a handball, I guess you could say. As you can see there, they have stands here, and that's nice. A lot of the tournaments, they do not have stands for the parents and the onlookers. But not this way here in Bernalillo, New Mexico. 0-0 your score. As we are now in the about 8th minute of the match. Capital of New Mexico, Santa Fe. The governor is Bill Richardson for a little bit longer. Lindsey Horan, nice little move there, dropping it back to Keeble. Going up to Central now, and a touch by Jessica Clanton. And Clanton getting it over here to Horan. Horan making a move around the defender. Horan takes a shot, but nicely done that time. I believe it was McCaskill that kind of made her take a shot from the wide, not really allowing her to get a good quality shot. And back upfield.
Nice, Mickey, nice. Go, play.
And on the run there, as you see, is Hamasaki, and knocked away. Here's Hamasaki again into the 6-yard box. They have a defender there, and she's able to push it up forward. Moran dropping it back to Clanton. Clanton trying to send a through ball for a big chance, but offsides again. Colorado Rush Nike. They're coached by Tim Schultz, and the manager is Linda Horan. So a free kick for Kaioi SC Express. The visitors from Hawaii, the state champions. Fujimoto again winning it there. Just in that attacking third, pushing it out wide, and a pass into Central just missed its intended target. And now running onto it there was Campos. Campos getting it over to Schwabach, and Schwabach dispossessed there. Fujimoto, as they come on over there quickly and dispossess her from the ball. She was double teamed that time. Courtney Cammy was one of the players on that double team. Keeble, her pass intercepted. Nicely done in the space by Corey Komiyama. However, they're able to win it back. Touch there by Schwabach. Schwabach getting it back to Meyer. In the Central, on a run, they've got Horan. Horan takes a shot, and it is a goal in the back of the net. Lindsey Horan being able to beat the keeper that time, and it is 1-0. Nice play by Horan, weaving her way and finding space. And it is 1-0. Colorado Rush Nike as they open up with their first goal of this match here at the State Farm Soccer Complex in Bernalillo, New Mexico. And now you see Hamasaki trying to go wide with it. And retreating back to their defensive third. Kaoi. Now that ball back up to the center circle for Colorado Rush Nike, and a strike there by Antonia Land. Looking for Horan. Horan, who just scored a goal, and scores another one. 2-0. As Horan strikes again. That's 2 quick goals. Wow. And Colorado Rush Nike now getting another goal. And around the 12th minute of the match. And they got the first one, but maybe a minute and a half earlier than this.
Drop. Nice.
Intercept there by Campos.
Good, nice, Amanda.
The strike down the central.
Go, Corey, attack. Nice.
And quickly, Kaoi, the Express, got their work cut out. And their biggest thing is they've got to try to find a way to stop Haran, and she's found a way to beat the defenders and put that ball back in the back of the net. And she's shown her strength of foot. And there's a foul there. And it'll be a free kick for Colorado Rush Nike, who lead 2-0 early in the match. Not even the first 15 minutes yet. And that is huge here at the State Farm Soccer Complex. Ball sent off of one player there of the Wall White, Kauai SC Express, and here comes Kelly Kuikahi. And Kuikahi gonna send that ball up the central. Dropping it back and out wide now, and a feed back to Haran. Haran now still on the soccer ball. Gives it to her teammate, and now Haran onside and a goal. Lindsay Haran with a third goal of the match. And Colorado Rush Nike here in the Far West Regionals of 2010 lead 3-0 over Kauai SC Express. And all three goals by Lindsay Haran. That forward coming along that left side. And so the right defender back there is having a hard time dealing with her. And there's a lot of work now that has to be done by Kauai. And the biggest part of it is they're going to have to start peppering that net and finding a way to keep that ball away from Haran getting it. Off the deflection towards the center circle here in the attacking toward the attacking penalty area, but it did not end up there. And now on the run is Swabach, and Swabach takes a shot, and Swabach goes down in the 18-yard box, and no foul was called, at least not yet. And Swabach not feeling good on her back right now. Swabach going down awkwardly on that play. And a center ref going to allow Kelly to drive that ball. Must have been an offsides call on the play. (3-0) Colorado Rush Nike leading Kauai, the Express, in this match here in the first half. 18 minutes have gone or thereabouts. Here's Haran on the wide. Gotta play closer to her. She beats the defender again. Haran and trying to thread the needle there in the box, but has a teammate, and she drives that ball over the top of the net. Kelly Kuikahi, the keeper, at the 6-yard box with the goal kick. Haran tried to feed it back to Clanton. Didn't get to her. Now Clanton tries to get in it again, but cannot, as Lauren Uehara gets to it. And now it winds up on the foot of Hamasaki. Hamasaki wants to go out wide, has a teammate out wide. It's going to pass it and try to get Tiana Fujimoto to put it in the back of the net, but she just couldn't quite handle it as that ball was struck really hard with a lot of velocity into the 6-yard box. Now that could have been a play that they could have got their first goal. It was done nicely as far as the spacing was concerned, and they were able to beat the defenders, but they just couldn't. Fujimoto just couldn't put it in the back of the net. So instead, it's still a 3-0 lead for Colorado Rush Nike. On the near side, 50-50 ball, and it's going to be a call. That call is going to go against Schwabach. Mary Schwabach up a little bit too high on the play. Amanda McCaskill. And Amanda trying to get it, and then she gets it into the attacking third. Fujimoto trying to get to it, but getting to it first there was Heather Ward, and Ward driving it back to her keeper. Now up forward to Haran, and they drop it down off a touch by Clanton. And off the foot there of Brianna Campos. Reducing the size of the field a little bit there, Kaoi. In this 3-0 match that the Colorado Rush Nike are enjoying here in the third week of June 2010. The 2010 Far West Regionals, Region 4 of the USYS National Championship Series. Wholesale substitutions now coming in for Colorado Rush Nike. Tim Schultz's bunch. And we'll mention them as they touch that soccer ball out of their own defensive third. Nicely manicured field here in Bernalillo, New Mexico. New Mexico that has, and coming out off her line that time was Hannah Clark, as they had a good rush to Kaoi straight down the central. And Clark able to come off her line but make that key save. It's going to be a throw-in now. Fujimoto, Tiana got her teammate out wide and then tried to thread the needle in the central, and it does wind up on the foot of Kamiya Tara, and back out wide now. And trying to make a move is Suha. She does, and takes a shot, but Michaela's shot was partially deflected. And so it'll be a CK. The outswinger on the CK, and it's Haran that knocks it away. But then they get another chance off the crossbar, trying to get the rebound again in the 6-yard box, but just couldn't get to it. As they stiffen up there in their 6-yard box, the all blue of Colorado, that is, the Rush Nike. And here's Haran pushing it back, and they play a little bit of a passing game in their own defensive half. Nice job done by that time there by this Ano Gillis in the space. And now on the foot, Schwabach. Schwabach looking for Clanton down the central, didn't get there. Here is McCaskill. Or no, that's Ano Gillis, and Ano Gillis trying to look for Fujimoto, and it is going to be a free kick as a foul there in that center circle. 3-0 Colorado Rush Nike. And the name I couldn't even hardly say here about a minute ago. Colorado. We're in New Mexico. Bernalillo, New Mexico, north of Albuquerque. And trying to get to that ball is Uehara in the space. She wins it, drops it back. And now it's pushed to the near side for McCaskill. And McCaskill gets it up to Twyla Hamasaki. Cuts inside and then tries to get it over to Fujimoto, but she couldn't possess it there. And now they win it and send it back upfield. is the rush Nike with Danielle Tuval. And here's Iran again in the box, and it is blocked there. Trying to follow it up that time was Sydney Widener, and Widener didn't get to it. And there's a touch by Keeble. Drop it back. Colorado rush Nike. A lot of their players have height over the visitors from Hawaii here. In the center circle in a 3-0 match that Colorado rush Nike is still enjoying. And in the 18-yard box, beautiful play by Fujimoto. And Fujimoto still on a soccer ball, wants help, and gives it away that time to Antonia Land. Upfield, off the head of that time of Kamiya, and she lost her head adornment. And now here's a service into the 18-yard box, looking for Fujimoto. Can she get to it? Keeps it in the field of play. Fujimoto is going to service in the box, but nobody there. She tried to switch it and see what she could do, maybe to get a return pass. And that time didn't get to its intended target. It goes out of play. And we are still in the first half at about the 25th minute of the first half. They play 40 minutes. And right now, Haran holding her ankle area. And Lindsay, who scored 3 goals, all 3 goals for Colorado rush Nike. Going to get attended to there. You get some water. And it'll be a throw-in from the far side touchline. Colorado rush Nike not in any kind of a hurry here in this match with a comfortable lead, especially here in the first half, although there's a lot of soccer still left to be played. Haran, who stayed in the match, has it. And dropping it back. But the key for that, for Colorado rush Nike, is the fact that they can kind of play their game and not really worry about the clock and how they want to play their game. Swabak throwing it in, a touch by Land. Land was dispossessed that time. Twyla Hamasaki will throw it in for Kaioi. Gets it in to Fujimoto. Tiana weaving her way around. Passing it out wide, but it didn't get there to her teammate. And Clark sending it up, the keeper, all the way up to Haran. Haran going to drop it back. Gets it back to Clanton. Clanton got it up to Swabak. And now here's Clanton again. And Swabak's all alone. Swabak now trying to make a move. It might have been the best to just take the shot. But when you lead 3-0, it's not a big deal. Stopping the pace of the soccer ball was Widener, and now goes over to Haran, takes a shot. And Kelly Kuikahi able to make the save, kind of cutting off the angle that time on Haran. Nice decision that time by Kelly. In the center circle for Clanton. Clanton weaving her way. 3 players there kind of cut her off. Getting it out wide to Keeble. Keeble and company couldn't go any further. And on the counter, here comes Kaioi down to central. And going down just outside the 18-yard box was Arnold Gillis. That could have been pretty dangerous that time on an attempted challenge if that ball would have, or if that challenge would have been inside the 18-yard box. And when you challenge right outside the box, you're really taking a gamble. Because if the center ref rules it was inside the box, just inside, you will have yourself maybe a potential penalty shot. Free kick, wholesale substitutions for both teams. It is known that Kaoe likes to substitute freely. And maybe that might happen a little bit more to try to get fresh players working against Colorado Rush Nike in this match. Greg G.K. Porter for LandsmanProductions.com. Happy to be with you in his 3-0 match. Francisco Vasquez de Coronado. He was a Spanish explorer. He was searching for gold, and he traveled in the region that is in the state called New Mexico back in 1542. And a foul in the 18-yard box. Do we have a card coming out? Looks like there is. And a card comes out. Kirsten Wong, yellow card. And that is the second time a player has fallen in the 18-yard box for Colorado Rush Nike. And the penalty shot. Already leading 3-0. Colorado Rush Nike. I just mentioned you got to be careful in that 18-yard box. And this time Kaoe wasn't, as Colorado Rush Nike was fortunate to do that. And a goal by Mary Swabak. And she gets her first of the game, and it is 4-0. Lindsay Horan has 3 goals. So now, with a 4-0 lead, still a lot of time left in this match. We're at about the 31st minute. Extra time notwithstanding. In the central, Nagai, Alyssa, who's one of the recent substitutions in the match for Kaoe. And now on the foot of Jessica Johnson. And Johnson trying to head it up to her teammate on the near side, and she couldn't possess it and knocked it out of play. So on the near side, touchline, be a throw-in in their own defensive third for Colorado Rush Nike. That ball into Widener. And now the girl that scored the goal, Swabak, gets it up to Horan. Horan on the near side. Horan goes down, no call. Over to Tiana Fujimoto. That ball taken away. Clanton in the space. Nicely that time. Jessica Johnson intercept. Ball is knocked out of play, or struck out of play by Kaoe. Substitution coming in for Kaoe as Kunioka Takara is leaving the match. And I believe Kiana Tita Kuibi is coming in. The throw-in the 4-0 match on the near side, Colorado Rush Nike. Swabak. And off the foot of Keeble. Keeble still on the soccer ball. Nice challenge there, and Fujimoto gave that soccer ball up, maybe a little bit too easily that time. And if you're Kaoe, you need to hold on to that soccer ball as much as possible to at least make this match respectable on the scoreboard, if not have a chance to get a tie out of it. But a whole lot of work is going to have to be done in order to do that. Antonia Land who was dribbling it up, and then her teammate got dispossessed, and now in the space it was Nagai, and now they have a long ball for Fujimoto. Fujimoto, and she goes down in the box. And it was a legal challenge that time, where she got the ball, knocked it out of play before she actually got Fujimoto. Otherwise, it would have been a penalty shot. But as a result of it, Shelby Bowden knocking it out of play is a corner kick for Kauai. Into the 18-yard box. And the header goes awry of the goal line. 4-0 your score. Colorado Rush Nike leading here in the Far West Regionals. Region 4, the USYS National Championship Series in Bernalillo, New Mexico. State that's got 3 U.S. representatives. Entered the Union back in January the 6th, 1912 for the 47th state. And on the near side, goes out of play. The Land of Enchantment, hosting the USYS National Championship Series Region 4 for 2010. On the wide side there, Phoenix Sanchez able to run onto it, and now going to play defense as they want to run that offense down the right flank with Nagai, and dispossessed into space that time by Heather Ward. Knocked out of play. Nice play by Heather in the space for Colorado Rush Nike. About the 36th minute, coming very close to the end of the first half. And now on it is Kawibi. In the central as it caromed over. And on it now is Kirsten Wong. Wong looking for Fujimoto. Fujimoto has it. And she gets it onto the foot of her teammate, but then it was knocked out of play past the goal line. Fujimoto got that speed that really creates problems for the defenders. And at the same time, not only can she finish, but she's not a bad passer either. Doesn't mind doing that. Here is the corner kick, the set piece. And that is headmanned out of there. And still on the carom, getting a shot was Tiana Fujimoto. But not a problem there for Hannah Clark in his 4-0 match that the Colorado Rush Nike Club is enjoying. Up into the center circle. Plenty of numbers there for the All Blue. With the lady that scored the goals, Lindsay Horan, or at least 3 of them, as what they would call in hockey a hat trick. Madison Keeble on it now. Keeble going to draw it out wide and then get the return pass. Going to switch it on the near side back to Horan. Horan just drops it back to her teammate, who didn't have any pressure that time, and then on the return pass, there was some pressure as they were able to knock it out of play, Kauai. Lindsay Horan taking her time. You can do that when you got a 4-0 lead in the first half. Mary Swabach going to throw it in. Swabach, service, and a little bit too much pace on it for Jessica Clanton to run onto it. So Kelly Kuikahi, the keeper, able to make the save, send it up forward. And now it's quickly sent back, and Kuikahi's going to try it again. Kelly's pass intercepted there or a strike, I should say, and then at the midfield area, able to win it. Kaoi. Kaoi's Michaela Suha, and Suha sending one into the box, intercepted in the deep back. On it there was Bowden. And now in the space there is Keeble. And that's another whistle. And let's see what we got. For a second there, I thought it was the end of the first half, as nearby hearing two whistles. Going to be a free kick, but we're going to hear those two whistles for the end of the first half here momentarily. Akau, her service intercepted. Now on the foot of Kirsten Wong. And it goes all the way back to Clark, no problem. Clark just taking her time, going to roll it out to the left and get it restarted. On an attack upfield. Not in a hurry, though, and not in a super desire to get a real good attack going, as they are enjoying and entertaining a 4-0 lead here in the first half of this girls under 16 match here in Bernalillo, New Mexico. You're watching and listening to LandrymanProductions.com. Greg, G.K. Porter, happy to be with you. And Haran drawing it back, getting it back from Keeble, and it's going to switch it to the near side. The point of attack. Here's Swabak on the outside. And there's that double whistle. That is the end of the first half. And 4 goals by Lindsay Haran and 1 by Mary Swabak. And it is 4-0. Colorado Rush Nike over Kaoi SC Express.
Think about that. I can't get that close. Not my job to get that one. I got a big sweep. She's not looking. She's looking here. She's looking there. That's a small ball. Now, maybe girls are diving in. Going out with one ball.
The second half is set to get underway here at the State Farm Soccer Complex in Bernalillo, New Mexico. 4-0. Colorado Rush Nike leading Kaoi SC Express. Kaoi SC Express going from left to right on your picture screen, and from right to left is the team that's ahead, Colorado Rush Nike. And on a soccer ball now is Phoenix Sanchez drawing it back, and now that ball is out of play. It's going to be a throw-in for Kaoi Express. Throwing it in will be Michaela Suha, and a 50-50 ball there. Fighting for it was Widener, and that ball winds up now on the foot of Uehara. Uehara sends one in the 18-yard box, and a giveaway, as now collecting it with plenty of numbers in their own defensive half and plenty of goals on the score sheet to lead in this match, as Brianna Campos to the central, now back out to the wide to Sanchez that was, and now it's over to Widener. Widener on it. Back to Campos as they play their passing game. A nice ball into the central. Keeble And there is a whistle and a foul. So it'll be a free kick for Kauai. Just the starting of the second half of this girls under 16 match here in the Far West Regionals, Region 4 of the USYS National Championship Series. That ball drawn back in their defensive half for Kirsten Fujinaga.
Cover down for it. Come on.
And now on the foot of Brianna Campos. And she was looking that time for her teammate, Tavel, and kicking that ball from her goal, 18-yard box, Kiana Tita Kuivi, who is the keeper here in the second half. And the same keeper for Colorado Rush Nike, Hannah Clark. Getting it started. Campos getting that ball over to Keeble. And Keeble pushing it out to the wide in his 4-0 match. Here in the second half, back to Campos. And it is pushed out to the wide. And that is in the 18-yard box. Going after it now. Juarez. That pass in the interior. Or rather, that was Shopik over there. Now up to Keeble. And they continue their passing game. Meyer, nice ball. Playing it over to Campos. And with a lot of space and time, and a goal by number 6, Helena Meyer. So Helena Meyer scores the goal, and it is 5-0. So Meyer gets on the score sheet for Colorado Rush Nike. And her club now has a 5-0 lead over Kauai SC Express. And play gets underway again after the goal. Otto Gillis falling down there for a moment. And now in the defensive half, there was a touch by Meyer. Center circle. On it is Keeble. Pushing it out wide, and a run, and a goal. Go, 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 goal. And 2 quick goals here. And it is 6-0. Trying to check and see who that goal was scored. Looks like it was Shopik, Mary Shabak. Mary Shabak scoring that goal. So Shabak getting her second goal of the match. In the 6th minute now of the second half. 46th minute of the match. Widener. And now that ball is over to Campos, and Campos sending it toward the 18-yard box, but the ball had too much pace on it for Phoenix Sanchez. So with a 6-0 lead, Colorado Rush Nike will retreat back, and as they have not had to play defense in their own half too much, they will continue to spread it out and see what they can do to add more to the score. Visitors from Hawaii. really pressed in this match. And a nice steal that time by Michaela Anogillis. And now on the soccer ball is Camilla, dropping it out wide and pushing that ball back into the 18-yard box. But coming out is Hannah Clark. And their defenders in their own defensive third, pushing it up. And a foul that time. Space. It's going to be a free kick for Kauai. Free kick for Kauai and near the attacking third. Akau will take it. Kayla's right-footed pass is headed right at Clark, but Clark is able to make the save. Nice job done by Hannah Clark that time. Ranging off to her right, a takeaway now by Fujimoto, and a save by Clark at point-blank range. Now on it is Phoenix Sanchez. Sanchez, their teammates in their own half, and a giveaway. Now chasing after it is Schwabach. And there's a strike by Helena Meyer. And now it goes over to Schwabach. In their own defensive half. Nice ball played forward to Anessa Juarez. That's Anissa Juarez. Schwabach getting to that soccer ball and then dropping it off now to Keeble. In a 6-0 match. On it now is Campos. Campos trying to weave her way around a couple of players. And nice job done by Schwabach. And now getting it and taking a shot over the top of the net. And that one will not connect. So here is Tita Kuivi, Kiana. You know, the U.S. acquired most of New Mexico in 1848 as a result of the Mexican War, and the remainder was acquired in 1853 along the Gadsden Purchase. The Union troops then captured the territory from the Confederates during the Civil War, and with the surrender of Geronimo in 1886, the Apache Wars and most of the Indian conflicts in the area were then, of course, ended. A little more on New Mexico. Since 1945, New Mexico has been a leader in energy research and development with extensive experiments conducted at Los Alamos. And I think everybody knows about Los Alamos. And the scientific laboratory and Sandia Laboratories, of course, is what Los Alamos is in the world of nuclear, solar, and geothermal arenas. The throw in from the far side. Touchline, a little bit more there about New Mexico. And this 6-0 match as Colorado Rush Nike doing very well and comfortably ahead. Kauai SC Express trying to do something in the defensive half, but tough to do that in this match as the passing game has been outstanding for Colorado Rush Nike. And when they make their passes, they just seem to, first of all, they use a portion of their soccer cleat the right way in order to keep that ball from really going with too much pace ahead of their intended target. And they compose themselves rather well. Of course, you'll see them now with the 6-0 lead and in a situation where they can afford to do a lot of that. But I'll bet you they are going to do that a little bit more in the tournament, as they undoubtedly will have a chance to get to the quarterfinals and beyond. Here's a pass to Meyer, and Meyer drops it off to her teammate, Clanton. And here's a shot from distance, but Tita Kuivi has it. She doing the duties in the second half, as her teammate, Kelly Kuikahi, had to watch 4 goals be put in the net past her. And Kiana has already watched 2 here in the second half. Here is Tiana Fujimoto, and she sends a long ball into the corner over for Suha. And Michaela takes a pass, and a save by Clark. Got a nice run on the far post, but the deflection wasn't strong enough or wide enough to get it by Clark. But a nice run by Suha. And that all started by Fujimoto in the pass from the central. And we now have a free kick as a foul there in the space, center circle area. Brianna Campos will take it in the 53rd minute of this match. Giveaway over to the all-white. Visitors from Hawaii here in Bernalillo, New Mexico, a little north of Albuquerque. You know, the minerals from New Mexico are the state's richest natural resource. And, you know, New Mexico is one of the U.S. leaders in the output of uranium, potassium salts, petroleum, natural gas, copper, gold, silver, and zinc, lead, molybdenum, and also they contribute heavily to, all those things contributed heavily to the income for the state of New Mexico. A little bit more on this state of New Mexico here in the Far West Regionals, Region 4. As you see, again, controlling the soccer ball in their own half, using their time and space to connect well with each other. There is the leader of goals in this match, and that was Lindsey Horan, pushing it up forward along that right flank. And now they want to switch it and go to the near side, go to the left flank, their offensive attack. And the ball is knocked out of play. Throw in. Hawaii State champions, Kauai SC Express. Up the central. And a touch there with Meyer. Meyer dropping it back. Keeble taking a lot of time. Nobody pressuring her, so she gets it out wide. Now the intercept, and here is Fujimoto. Fujimoto on the run. Fujimoto dispossessed that time. Helena Meyer dispossessing her. Campos getting it up to Keeble. Keeble going out wide to Shabak. And Schwabak, I should say, dispossessed, but Schwabak goes after it again. And it is knocked out of play, but Schwabak will throw it back in. So Mary Schwabak will throw it in. They'll continue to press offensively, but they're not in a hurry. Put anything in the back of the net, as they have not been scored upon in this match, and they lead 6-0. There's a header brought back to Meyer there, Helena Meyer in the central. And chasing after it was Anissa Juarez, and it's going to be an offsides call. Juarez getting that ball up to Campos, but Campos was offsides. And it'll be a free kick. Free kick. And that is Michaela Gillis. Take the free kick. Fresh player coming in now. And we will mention her as she touches that soccer ball. Kauai in their own half. And now winning it is Keeble. Madison Keeble over to Meyer, over to Swabak. And in towards the 18-yard box. And a shot is taken and a goal. And scoring the goal, Clanton. Jessica Clanton getting the 7th goal. And for LangevinProductions.com, this is one of the most highest scoring games ever. We've been around for over a decade or so. So, unbelievable. And especially in a high competitive natured tournament like this, really, really tough for the girls of Kauai. But the best thing about sports is you can learn from things and you can get better. So hopefully this match, they will learn a lot from it. Michaela Gillis and a service and a deflection. Clark comes off her line and takes a weight. The player going over on top of her. And that's not going to feel too good on her right side tonight. But she is tough, and Clark is going to drive it down the field. You know, we talked about New Mexico and the fact that they have some rich and natural resources. Their principal manufacturing industries also include food products, chemicals, transportation equipment, lumber, electrical machinery, and stone, clay, glass products. More than 2/3 of their farm income comes from livestock products, especially sheep. Cotton, pecans, and sorghum are the most important field crops that they have. Corn, peanuts, beans, onions, and chilies, and lettuce are grown. The Carlsbad Caverns, when you talk about tourist attractions, their national parks, the El Morro National Monument, the Billy the Kid mementos at Lincoln, the White Sands, and the Gila Cliff Dwellings national monuments are some of their natural treasures as far as monuments and the like are concerned. And here's a long ball going down. Another chance for Colorado Rush Nike, and they get another goal. And this one is by Helena Meyer. Helena Meyer gets the goal, and now it is 8-0. 8-0, as they call it in soccer. But Kauai SC Express going to substitute and going to see if they can try to cut something into this 8-0 lead. And Kauai SC Express, in watching this game, because I have had an opportunity to witness them play on the pitch before, and they just seem to be a little bit slower. Albeit, take nothing away from Colorado Rush Nike, because they have a great passing game that they've deployed in this match, and they are very patient and confident with it. But you're going to be a little bit more patient and confident with it if the defenders are not putting pressure on the point of attack and into space. And that seems like it's happened quite a bit in this match. And I've seen Kauai play a lot more with a sense of urgency on the soccer ball and cutting off the passing lanes just like that. Fujimoto now a challenge. And the center ref says play on as Alyssa Nagai goes down. But there's a thought there, because this is at altitude at 5,000 feet. And in Hawaii, they're not at 5,000 feet, at least where they're from. So it's a little bit different scenario that they're dealing with. But team's got to deal with that. In the Far West Regionals, takes it up an ante from their own state National Cup as that ball is sent by Jessica Johnson over past the goal line, over past the top of the net, wide of the net. Hannah Clark going after it. In the 23rd minute of the second half, and if you add the 40 minutes, 63rd minute of the match, they only play 80. Hannah Clark now will have the opportunity on the goal kick. She of the orange jersey and her team with a commanding 8-0 lead. Trying to go after that soccer ball, Jessica Clanton. And now back intercepted. Fujimoto going after it. Here's Fujimoto, takes a shot and a save. Nice save. My Clark again, robbing Fujimoto. Hannah Clark now send it up the field. Campos trying to get to it, could not. And now Sydney Widener with Meyer out wide over there to Keeble. Keeble drew it back to Meyer, and Meyer back out to Keeble. Again, they do not mind sharing the wealth, and they have quite a bit in this match, with 3 goals by Lindsay Horan, 1 by Helena Meyer, 2 by Helena Meyer, 2 by Mary Schwabach, and 1 by Jessica Clanton. Actually, 1 by Clanton, 1 by Meyer, 2 by Schwabach, and 3 by Lindsay Horan. That's actually the scoring in the match to account for 8. And the goose egg is still up there for Kauai. And they'd love to remove that and put something up on the score sheet. And it looks like there's going to be a keeper change as Kuivi is coming out and Kelly Kuikahi is coming back into the match as keeper. Finish out the second half. So Tita might get an opportunity to put some offensive pressure on the visitors from Colorado here in New Mexico. In this 8-0 score.
Again, throw in.
And it looks like there's going to be a throw-in. Throw-in from the near side touchline. Michaela Suha will throw it in. And there is Jessica Johnson. And that ball goes out to the wide. And a pass over to Fujimoto. Tiana Fujimoto trying to make that move. And a foul on the play. And getting it started, Meyer. There's Antonia Land pushing it back to Tuvel. Danielle Tuvel and company getting that ball to the near side to Phoenix Sanchez. Sanchez, nice ball over to Tuvel. And back over to Campos. Nice little touch out wide, but getting back Jessica Johnson. Knocked out of play. It's going to be Lindsey Horan. Going to get it started. Dropping it back. Horan, who has 3 goals in this match, all scored in the first half. Campos. The header. Ward. Out wide. Horan went right by it. And now on it is Jessica Long. Long all the way down where the keeper, Hannah Clark, is able to get to it.
Let's go, pressure that, let's go.
Again, the passing game with an 8-0 lead. And we're in the 29th minute. So that's 69 in the match. Real close to the last 10 minutes of the match. Sandwiched and now coming out with it, but an offsides call. Jessica Clanton. Clanton going ahead and putting that in the back of the net, but it will not count. But it's not like they really need it. Leading 8-0. Now I'm surely thinking that the state champions from Hawaii would love to have another opportunity to play Colorado Rush Nike in a different setting, different locale, maybe like over in Hawaii, and see if the visitors from Colorado can deal with a little humidity, heat and humidity, which not necessarily to the degree as it would be in Hawaii, and not dealing with the altitude, which would be the advantage for the Hawaii visitors. Colorado a little bit more used to that. And surely they would be thinking that maybe the result might be a little closer towards them having an opportunity to win, because they have won, and they've won a lot. But today is undoubtedly not going to be that day. But they would like to try and get one in the back of the net, and they have not done that yet. And it is kind of odd not to see them do that. Konioka's pass was intercepted. Now Takara again, but winning it. Driving it back, Clanton and company. Over to Meyer. Meyer swinging it out wide. Got a run by Land. Land's pass intercepted, but it winds off to the foot of number 11, Lindsey Horan, and her pass intercepted. Now they have to retreat back. But Clark comes way off her line and is able to strike that soccer ball, knowing that she could not touch it with her hands as she was past the 18-yard box. Would have been a penalty. Ball after being thrown in and a shot taken. Clark is able to make the save as Michaela Suha driving that soccer ball right at her. Now, with about 7 to 8 minutes left in the match, if you're of the all-white, Eric Tamashiro and company, you want to at least put something on the scoreboard. Head coach Eric Tamashiro and manager Rod Fujimoto are watching. His young ladies in a bit of a struggle today, if you will, with the elements and nature of the skill level also of Colorado Rush Nike. Got to give them credit there too. They deserve it. And here's a nice little bit of passing, a give and go, and a chase by Alyssa Nagai trying to get to it. She ran out of real estate. And now Hannah Clark, the keeper, who's played a fine match, made some very good saves, but she hasn't been pressed as much as the visitors in white would have liked. But they have had some chances that have not cashed in on those chances. And after the collision, it'll be a free kick as Haran goes down. Lindsey Haran, who's had a whale of a match with 3 goals, the old proverbial hat trick, not matched by any of her teammates. However, Mary Schwabach has done a fine job, scored 2 herself. And Elena Meyer and Jessica Clanton each have a goal to round out the 8. And that ball on a pass to the wide. Running on to it is Suha. Suha off the post. And a carom, and it goes past the goal line. Michaela Suha along the right flank, trying to put one in the back of the net, just could not do it this time. And unfortunately, her and her teammates would like to see one in the back of the net. But it has not happened in this match. And it is frustrating. Elena Meyer, Haran dropping it out wide. And that ball is knocked out of play off a Kauai Express. Thrown into Haran. Haran's long ball is going to wind up on the new keeper, Kelly Kuikahi. And Kelly's strike is all the way down off of Meyer, and now winds up to Fujimoto. Fujimoto, Clanton took it away, and then it winds up on a foot of her teammate as they push it up on a counterattack. Here's Fujimoto. Fujimoto still on it, and then dispossessed at the last moment.
Pressure, pressure, pressure!
Clanton. Tubble. Danielle Tubble. Her pass intercepted in the central. Tubble again with it. A lot of pressure there by and that ball now over to Clanton again. In the space. And now down with it is, looks like it's Campos, and Campos under a lot of pressure, a lot of traffic down the central, pressure coming from her left and right. She still was able to get a shot off. Meyer dropping it back. Real nice and easy passing game when you're up 8-0. There's a takeaway, nicely done by Jessica Long. Over to Fujimoto, weaves to the left, weaves back to the right, takes a shot, and it's over and wide of the net. Just a matter of about 3 or 4 minutes left to play in this match. Clark Hannah, who's, again, as I mentioned before, has played a fine match. I want to mention a little bit about the World Cup. In particular, the United States team has started off, and they were in a 1-1 tie with England, a match in which England basically gave the United States a goal in the sense of their keeper not holding on to the soccer ball, which at the world-class level, you can usually hold on to a shot like that. But either way, the U.S. taking a shot at them, and it goes in the back of the net, so it's a 1-1 tie. And then, most recently, they were in a 2-2 tie with Slovenia, in which an offsides was called, and it would have been the third goal of the match. Clanton now on the wide side there, but unfortunately, they were ruled with an offsides call, and a lot of duress about that call, and the idea that it was very unfairly called. And so a lot of pressure is on that center ref who made that call. I believe he's from one of the African countries. And so they will play Algeria next. They have not lost. They have not won yet. Maybe they can get a win in their next match. Looking pretty good, though. Here is Fujimoto all alone. Takes a shot on the goal. Go, 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 la. And Fujimoto runs after that soccer ball and gives it right back to the middle of the field. And she was just so happy to put that one in the back of the net for her team. Even though she might not have shown it, I'm sure in her mind that happiness was there. The goose egg is hard to live with in the world of soccer. A lot of teams live with it, but when you have to live with it and you lost 8-0, that is something that is very difficult to live with. So Fujimoto gets on the scoreboard, and Clark comes out and makes a save, and one of the players is down. And that looks like Alyssa Nagai is down on that collision. She is not feeling too good right now as Clark came strong to protect her goal area. Clark comes over there as a good sport and said, "I'm sorry." And Nagai, hopefully she'll be okay. They're just taking her breath away a little bit. Tough collisions like that. Tita coming over there, trying to help her out a little bit. 8-1. Tiana Fujimoto scoring the goal, the lone goal for Kauai. And that's going to do it. There is the final whistle. The final score, 8 for Colorado Rush Nike and 1 for Kauai SC Express. As we hope that both teams will still be able to move on and possibly get to the championship. We hope you're enjoying all the action from Bernalillo, New Mexico, the State Farm Soccer Complex, the Far West Regionals, Region 4 of the USYS National Championship Series. I'm Greg G.K. Porter for LandsmanProductions.com saying take care of yourself, God bless, and as always, we'll see you next time. Bye now.